So you're making pizza or mac and cheese and you want to add caramelized onions? You think you got what it takes to play with the bad girls? Yeah, you do. This technique was taught to me by Janelle Martin, the former chef owner of the Wakefield Inn in Wakefield, New Hampshire. She was a badass and I loved her. So first, we need onions. Wait, where are my onions? Looking for your onions, check the cabinet. Sign the annoying but ultimately inconsequential onion thief. Why? Why do this? For any dish, you want to start caramelizing your onions before anything else because they take the longest to cook. You're going to need 2 onions, white or yellow or great, but not pearl. They'll never take my pearls. To peel an onion, you want to cut off both of the nubby ends. Then you are going to set it ringside down on your cutting board and slice it in half. This will make it much easier to peel off the top layer. And remember to wash and save those for your garbage veggie stock. Next, you're going to place it down and slice it with a sharp knife, very thin, along the line you've already cut, almost like you're making rainbows. You can also use a box slicer, aka a mandolin, aka the horizontal guillotine, but always make sure you're wearing a protective glove. These things are less than 10 bucks online, and nothing ruins dinner quicker than a severed finger. Ugh. Smelly, cheap onions are the best for caramelizing, but if they're stinging your eyes, set down your knife and wipe them with a warm, wet washcloth. Much better. Now it's time to caramelize. You're gonna need a medium-sized saucepan on a medium fire and let it heat up for about a minute. Next, you're gonna take a 1/4 cup of olive oil and pour it in the bottom. Then you're going to add your onions. Just plop them in there and pile them high. But don't stir them, don't touch them, don't even think about it. Set your timer for 10 minutes and walk away. Well, don't walk away actually, you should stay nearby. But what's gonna happen is that the natural sugars from the onions are going to start caramelizing at the bottom while everything above it will steam. If you don't let it brown now, it may never get there. It's been 10 minutes, so we're gonna check to see if our onions have started to brown. So we're gonna take a spoon and just gently lift up the edge of one side to see if it is ready. It is not ready. So we're gonna let it caramelize for another 5 minutes. What you want is to lift it up and see a size of 1/4 or bigger of a brown spot or even a burnt spot. You know, the more that you cook, the more you're gonna be able to tell things are ready by the smell. So even if I'm in the other room, I know my caramelized onions are ready because it smells like candy or burnt candy. See, this is what you're looking for. Right here. Oh, hi. You're going to mix together the caramelized goopiness in with the onion liquid. Just like this. Scraping up from the bottom. Watch out, the steam is going to be very hot. Now is also when you're going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of sugar. Some chefs consider it sacrilegious to add sugar to caramelizing onions, including the chef who taught me. But it's my kitchen, and I just like it that way. Once we have it stirred, we're gonna set the timer for 5 minutes. You're going to repeat this process of only stirring every 5 minutes for 25 minutes. And if it burns at any point, don't panic, don't worry. Just stir up what you can from the bottom. Don't scrape and leave the burnt stuff on there. It will come up with soap and hot water later. Don't worry about it. You may recognize what you're looking at now as caramelized onions you've had before, but these aren't caramelized yet. They're just kind of brown. So you need to keep going. Please don't give up. Trust me, it will be so worth it. Now you're going to stir only every 2 minutes for another 10 minutes. What you're doing is essentially 4 methods of cooking in one. Frying, steaming, braising, and then frying again until all the liquid is gone. Cool, right? So cool. So cool. After 50-ish minutes, you'll notice that your onions have become translucent with a brown, oily coat. It will have reduced to 1/4 of its size, and when you tilt the pan up, all of the oil will go to one side and be clear, not cloudy. They're done. These delicious golden sweet onions will last you a week in your fridge. In theory. In practice, they won't last you the night. So good luck and go feed yourself.